capable. I went out in the blizzard again and walked home long, and I was telling Auntie Annie about that. She says, I remember that. The same thing happened to me, she said.
She was at the Club Safari?
No, she was working in this factory in another part of that town.
Uh-huh.
And I was working in that town, but in another section.
Okay.
See? And so she said, I remember that because I walked home from that place. Oh, I know what happened. I was getting to work late to play the job. And there's a causeway between Flushing and, what's the name of the college? What's the name of it?
College Point?
College Point, the town there. And there's a road there called College Point Boulevard. Barren, there's no homes, nothing around. There's a speed limit there, 40 miles an hour. So I'm late for work and I'm going over the speed limit. I get pulled over. I says, oh, jeepers, guys, I'm going to be late for the floor show and you're going to give me a ticket? So I says, I'm broke, I want to give you something so I can get to work. I said, I'll tell you what, why don't you come over to the club, wait outside. He said, what are you going to tell him? There's a cop outside waiting for a bribe? I said, I wouldn't do that. I says, no.
What was the name of the club?
Club Safari.
Okay.
Yeah. So he came over and said, he waited for me outside the club. I went inside and said, I've got a cop waiting out there for a bribe. I need $20. Somebody gave me $20. I went out there. I says, thanks, guys.
So he wanted money? He didn't want to come into the club?
In order to avoid giving me a ticket.
But he wanted money, not to come into the club.
Oh, no, he wanted to come in. No, hell no.
He just wanted the money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I says, nobody on that street, there's a speed limit. The only bribe I ever remember giving.
That's funny.
I didn't tell Margaret. God, she would have gone through the roof.
She'd go through the roof no matter what. Dominic!
Or, when we'd be at somebody's house, wherever we were, yeah, I would go, ah! And she'd break up. Like a crow or something.
Yeah, well, she always screamed your name, that's for sure.
Well, it's time to leave. That's it. Let's go. Zip, let's go. Whether we'd be down Tom's house, no matter where we were, Dodo's house, what's his name? James was there from across the street. And she said, all right, let's go. I was ready. Let's go. He made a remark. He says, she's very domineering.
Welcome to my world.
But there's this guy, James. And James Davis, hell of a nice guy. His wife was nice too, but the women, they get catty about, women. They didn't like her at all, but she was a nice person. And she was we played for pennies, and she was very conservative how she played. She didn't want to lose any pennies. So what?
Yeah.
Now this guy used to help Chet out a lot with his lawnmower. Chet's lawnmower would break down. This guy would come over and fix it for him. Mm-hmm. Many, many times. You'd think he'd say, call him up, say, come on over and have coffee or something. Never did that. Never. If you can imagine that. Then the guy moved away over on top of the world. He had a nice place there. And we used to play cards and take turns in whose house we're going to play, But she was kind of odd in that way, like she'd miss having it at her house for some reason or another. So we'd either have old Chet's house or my place, But even when they moved away, there was no communication whatsoever unless we were going to play cards that night. I mean, he's a guy that saves you money, and he wouldn't take any money, just to help out a neighbor. Figure that one out. And the poor guy, James, heavy smoker during the break, You know, they're gonna make coffee, be outside smoking for 15 minutes, you know. He ended up with emphysema and having to use oxygen 24 hours a day.
Aw.
He was such a nice guy. That's a long album.
Dino baby.
He always had that hair hanging down here.
He did?
He used to, yeah. Maybe that's after he had a few drinks.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have a salsa, a little thirsty.
Okay.
Between the sambuca, the sauce.
It's been a nice Ginzo night.
Yeah, with Ginzo music. And Ginzo booze. It's a Ginzo night, all right.